This Bible, accusation, bore, charge, crucify, develop, envy, flog, headquarter, innocent, retipped, mock, nightmare, notorious, Passover, persuade, riot, lure, whip. I already done my word test, but I have one mistake. And then I'm going to read our English. Judas hanged himself. Very early in the morning, the reading priest and other readers met again to discuss how to persuade the Roman government to sentence Jesus to death. Then they bound him and took him to Pilate, the Roman governor. When Judas, who had betrayed him, realized that Jesus had been commanded to die, he was filled with remorse. So he took the 30 pieces of silver back to the reading prices and other reader. I have sinned, he declared, for I have betrayed an innocent man. What do we care? They retorted. That's your problem. Then Judas threw the money onto the floor of the temple and went out to hang himself. The reading priest picked up the money. We can't put in the temple treasury, they said, since it's against the law to accept money paid for murder. After some discussion, they finally decided to buy the potter's field and they made it into the cemetery for foreigners. That is why the field is still called the field of blood. This fulfilled the prophecy of Jeremiah that say, they took the 30 pieces of silver, the prices which he was valued by the people of Israel, and purchased the potter's field, as the Lord directed. Jesus' trial before Pilate. Now Jesus was standing before the Pilate, the Roman governor. Are you king of the Jews? The governor asked him. Jesus replied, yes, it is as you say. But when the reading priest and other readers made them accusation against him, Jesus remained silent. Didn't you hear there are many charges against you? Pilate condemned, but Jesus said nothing, much to the governor's great surprise. Now it was the governor's custom to release one prisoner to crowds each year during the Passover celebration. Anyone they wanted. This year, there was a notorious criminal in prison, a man named Barabbas. As the crowd gathered before Pilate's house that morning, he asked them, which one do you want me to release to you? Barabbas was Jesus, who is called Messiah. He knew very well that the Jewish leader had arrested Jesus out of envy. Then, just then, Pilate was sitting on the judgment seat. His wife sent him this message: leave that innocent man alone, because I had a terrible nightmare about him last night. Meanwhile, the reading priest and other readers persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas to release and for Jesus be put to death. So when the governor asked again, which of these two do you want me to release to you? The crowd shouted back. They replied, Barabbas. But if I release Barabbas, Pilate asked them, what should I do with Jesus, who is called the Messiah? And they all shouted, crucify him. Why? The Pilate demanded. What crime has he committed? But the crowd only roared louder, crucify him. Pilate saw that he wasn't getting anywhere and the riot was developing. So he sent for a bottle of water and washed his hands before the crowd, saying, I'm innocent of the blood of this man. The responsibility is yours. And all the people yelled back, we will take responsibility for his death. We and our children. So Pilate released Barabbas to them. He ordered Jesus flogged with a tip whip. They turned him over to Roman soldiers to crucify him.